Good evening, friends. My name is Nelson J., and I'll be your host and fundraising ambassador tonight. And we're so excited to share this incredible program we have for communities and schools of Washington. And I am thrilled to announce that tonight we have an amazing program, and also wanted to let you know that tonight is a fundraiser. So thank you for joining us. We'll be getting started with the formal program in just a few minutes. In the meantime, if you would like to get a jump start on giving, you are welcome to do that. You should have received a confirmation of your registration through an email link from Greater Giving. And if you want to watch the show tonight on a big screen like a smart TV or the desktop, that's a great way to take in the show. And then if you would like to make a contribution, and we hope that you will, use the small screen, the phone or the tablet tonight. And the way to access the giving link and the online auction is through a specific address to Greater Giving, and that address, you'll type this in, is CISWA2022.ggo.bid. Once again, that is CISWA2022.ggo.bid. So that gets you directly into the giving portal. And when you're there, you can click on the Raise the Paddle, the virtual Raise the Paddle, or Make a Donation button, which is on the right side of the interface. And that'll take you to some pre-established giving levels. You can also give at a level that is unique to you. Or if you would like to give at preset levels, you can give more than once to hit the number that works just right for you. So formal program starting at 7 o'clock straight up. In the meantime, if you are watching and you can hear my voice right now, we would love to see your setup at home or who you're watching with. So we invite you to send groupies and selfies to the following phone number, and that is 206-385-3944. That's 206-385-3944. And if you could include with that the name of your watch party and perhaps where you're watching from, we'll try to work that into our script tonight. It's the power of technology, so complicated that I don't even understand it. But you're going to take pictures, you're going to text them to that number, and they're going to end up in the show tonight. So again, it's Nelson. We're here on behalf of Communities and Schools of Washington. Incredible program coming up, and can't wait to see you at 7 o'clock straight up. Be back soon. Have fun. Pour yourself a drink, and we'll see you in a few minutes. Good evening, friends, and welcome to the 2022 All In for Kids fundraiser benefiting communities and schools of Washington. My name is Nelson Jay. I'll be your host and fundraising ambassador tonight, and we are so excited to welcome you to our 13th annual fundraiser, all benefiting kids. Well, obviously, we'd love to be gathering in person tonight, but when you're planning events like this, you never know what the future holds. So we are thrilled that we were able to make the move to a virtual event, and we look forward to gathering together in person, hopefully next year. But for tonight, we're spread near and far, and we're so appreciative of you spending your Saturday night, March 19th, with us tonight. Well, we have quite a program in store. You'll hear some incredible stories. You'll learn a lot more about just what makes communities and schools of Washington so special, and the way that this incredible organization comes alongside students to give everybody an opportunity to achieve their full potential. Well, tonight, we wanted to remind you, if you're just joining us, that the best way to enjoy the show tonight is to watch on the big screen and then perhaps use the small screen, such as the phone or your tablet, to make your gifts through the Greater Giving app. And the way to access Greater Giving tonight, because this is a fundraiser and we want to make sure everybody knows the ways to give, the easiest way to do that is to go to CISWA2022.ggo.bid. And once again, that's CISWA2022.ggo.bid. And when you get to that landing spot, you'll find on the right side a direct link where you can make a special gift. And we'll have an opportunity to learn a lot more about communities and schools tonight. And the important thing to remember, friends, you can make your gift of any amount at any time tonight. You can do it right now. You can do it during the virtual Raise the Paddle moment. You can do it tomorrow up until 12 noon. That's Sunday, March 20th, 2022. So be sure to make sure you're comfortable with the way that that works. And I'm really excited about what's in store tonight. Tonight, everything will be going through Greater Giving, as I mentioned, and wanted to let you know, and thanks to those of you that have already been sending these in, but we do have an opportunity for you to appear in the show. It is a time-sensitive activity, so if you'd like to have your selfie or groupie show up in the show later tonight, we'll try to work that in through the magic of technology. So if you can take a picture of your watch party tonight, send that to 206-385-3944. That's 206-385-3944. And send that to us, include your name and where you're tuning in from, and we'll try to work that into the script if we can do it. Well, so excited. We have incredible auction items tonight. The important thing to remember about the auction is running all night tonight and through tomorrow, wrapping up at 12 noon. So later on, I'm going to be talking about several specific premier auction items. Don't despair. You can bid on those now, and we encourage you to do that. Bid early, bid often. But the important thing to know is those will be open tomorrow until 12 noon. You'll be receiving texts from Greater Giving about the countdown. So don't delay. Bid today, bid tonight, bid tomorrow morning over coffee. And we look forward to raising a lot of money to support these important programs at communities in schools of Washington. Well, tonight, if you're tuning in from a watch party, as I mentioned, please send us those selfies. Would love to incorporate you into the show. And speaking of the show, this couldn't happen without our incredible sponsors tonight. And I am so thrilled to share the support that communities and schools has received. It's truly spectacular. And a great shout out to our presenting sponsor, Denali Advanced Integration. Our auction sponsor, Dell EMC. Our diamond sponsors are CDW, VMware, and Tanium. Our Ruby sponsors include IBM, AT&T, LaSalle Solutions, Fireside Home Solutions, Juniper Networks, and Worldwide Technologies. Our Emerald sponsors, Amerigroup, Arista Networks, Home Street Bank, Lumen Technologies, Stewart Title, Zones, Providence, Virginia Mason, Franciscan Health, Palo Alto Networks, GMI, and Snowflake. Our Sapphire sponsors are Red Hat, James and Callie Payne, Tim and Jenny Hazer, Molina Healthcare, Peninsula Truck Lines, HNN Communities, Giza, and Brian and Robin Rayfield. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help communities in schools deliver on its important mission to change the trajectory of children throughout Washington State. These sponsors have been all in for kids while we have had to navigate the pandemic and this incredibly challenging virtual world. On behalf of the entire organization, we extend a great big thank you to all of our sponsors. Well, friends, tonight we have quite a program in store. You will hear from CIS Board Chair Eileen Carnahan. You'll hear from the State Director of Communities and Schools of Washington, and that's Erin McCallum. And we'll have a feature story out of CIS Central Washington, and we'll hear from CIS alum and board member Blake Harris. Then we'll take a moment to do some heavy lifting for the CIS programs, and we will do a virtual Raise the Paddle, and we'll wrap up with a preview of some premier auction items, and then we'll come back together for a sort of a subtotal for the night, and we'll wrap up, and you're welcome to stay and enjoy your watch party as long as you'd like. And the auction tomorrow, as I mentioned, wraps up at 12 noon. That's high noon on Sunday, March 20th, 2022. And a friendly reminder that if you are interested in any of the following activities, we've got something for you. There's a little something for everyone in our online auction. And remember, you access that online auction at ciswa2022.ggo.bid. So we've got things for the wine and spirits connoisseur. So everything from wine and whiskey sampling to other fabulous libations. For the nature lover, fishing charters are available, kayaking. There's an incredible hot air ballooning experience for two that I'll tell you about in just a little bit. The sports fanatic, specifically the golf fanatic, some amazing and very rare and super unique opportunities to support communities and schools. We've got tickets to the NHL Seattle Kraken in its inaugural season. You can cheer on the Seahawks, the new look Seahawks, attend a Mariners game, and spring training is back, friends. The Mariners are going to be playing baseball as well as the rest of Major League Baseball. And we have that incredible inside the ropes experience to an upcoming PGA championship. So what an opportunity to support communities in school. That is an incredible experience. I'll talk more about that a little later. The additional opportunities include travel, both near and far. We have some near-term getaways and some farther afield getaways. And then don't forget the performing arts. We've got Hamilton tickets to the Fifth Avenue Theater right here in Seattle, and great dinner packages, and Dua Lipa as well. So lots of ways to get out and enjoy live music, the performing arts, and so much more. And finally, unique group experiences, including fly fishing, a remarkable farm-to-table experience at Bella Luna Farms. You'll learn more about that tonight. And, of course, the famous Bauer Dinner. There's even a murder mystery dinner. It's not the Bauer Dinner, a little different, but great ways to support communities in schools of Washington. Well, friendly reminder, everything in those online auctions closing tomorrow at 12 noon. So while you're watching this show, if you want to multitask, you can pick up that small screen, the tablet, or the phone, and hop on and support communities in schools. Drive that bidding up. Remember, friends, every dollar you spend above fair market value could be a tax deduction for you, depending on your tax situation. Consult your tax advisor. But great ways to support communities in schools of Washington. Well, friends, it's time. We are ready to start the formal program. And as we gather near and far to celebrate CIS Washington, to get things kicked off tonight, I would like to welcome the board chair of Communities and Schools of Washington. Please welcome Eileen Carnahan.
Good evening. I'm Eileen Carnahan, and on behalf of our State Board of Directors and our 15 affiliates across our state, thank you for joining us. Your presence and your actions tonight say, I'm here so that CIS can be here for Washington students, today, tomorrow, and always. And most importantly, you are saying, I'm all in for Washington State kids. We're here tonight to support the collective strength of our Washington network of communities and schools. When it comes to communities and schools, it doesn't matter if school is in session or not. Our 15 affiliates and their incredible site coordinators who work in schools always find a way to connect with students to ensure they have what they need to succeed. We have a lot in store for you tonight, and we hope you enjoy the program. Now we're going to hand things over to Erin McCallum, State Director for Communities and Schools of Washington, to give you an update and a look at what's ahead.
Thanks, Eileen. I'm Erin McCallum, State Director for Communities and Schools of Washington. It has been such an honor and privilege to have joined the CIS community just 10 months ago. It's been an exciting time filled with establishing 3 new affiliates across Central and Eastern Washington, while getting to know our amazing team of professionals across our diverse network, supporting over 81,000 students in 206 schools in our state. Each of us has a story about our childhood upbringing and the people who influence and guide us. I consider myself a fortunate one, growing up in a household with 2 loving parents and having numerous mentors guiding me and exposing me to opportunities. But when I was in high school, I began to see inequities within my own community, and I knew that I wanted to devote my life to helping all kids across Washington State define their personal journey and achieve success and happiness. We at Communities and Schools empower all students, regardless of race, gender, zip code, or social economic background, to realize their greatest potential in school and beyond. Our work happens in school buildings 5 days per week, where our student and community advocates, known as site coordinators, work closely with building principals, teachers, counselors, and work side by side with students who need an extra bit of help through basic needs, behavioral health, and academic assistance. As you may have heard, CIS recently received some incredible news from philanthropist Mackenzie Scott. She has made a significant investment, $133.5 million across 40 affiliates in 18 states and the national office, because she believes in CIS work and the impact we're having on students. Our state organization was one of those 40, receiving a $2.25 million investment that's one-time and unrestricted. Incredible. But with nearly 1.1 million students in our state, the need is significant. It costs between $80,000 to $100,000 each year for communities and schools to support one school. That is why you are with us this evening. Each of us can make a difference in a young person's life. Help us not only continue our work for educational and racial equity, but help us reach more students across Washington State. Every student can reach their full potential in school and beyond if each of us helps. Tonight, you're going to hear a story from my hometown, Yakima, Washington, and it brings me great pleasure to share with you the work that is happening across Yakima School District and specifically Barge Lincoln Elementary.
Public schools as an entity believe we know what is best for our families, but that's not the case. And by having communities and schools, we're able to connect with families in a way that we weren't previously.
I've faced a lot of difficulties, much like what I see in the school that I serve.
I remember being a migrant student, that there were days I struggled through missing a lot of school and not having all my basic needs met.
We all have different life circumstances and challenges. I think part of what I've been through growing up has taught me to be able to be that positive mentor.
A lot of the challenges that they face include not having access to basic needs at home.
It could be something as big as having an absent parent in the home, and also something as little as the lack of clothing or food.
Northeast Yakima is not the easiest place to live. Advocating for families, what we do as educators, we can only go so far. But I'll be honest with you, 100% of our students were born to be successful.
Our students face many behavioral health needs. We know that there's depression. We're seeing more acting out, and those are all challenges that we've had to face. And providing a resource where we can connect with them and provide services to families is something that is exciting to me in this partnership with Communities in Schools.
Communities in Schools is the largest dropout prevention nonprofit organization in the state of Washington, but we do so much more than that.
The work that they do ranges from basic needs to academic assistance to filling in the need that the school is trying to reach.
When I learned about community schools, I thought about, wow, I want to be part of that. I want to help others. I want to make a difference in children's lives.
I realized that they had compassion for students who struggle in school, and it has always been a dream of mine to reach out to students who are struggling in the same way that I was when I was a child.
And the work that we do with CIS and our student community advocates, that one person can just be so impactful. You never know when you might say the right thing or you might be in the right place, and thinking back to really navigate through life is really empowering.
You determine and meet those needs of the students. You share it with the school's supports. You talk with their loved ones, and then you build a community plan to help the student succeed.
The Communities in Schools has come into our district, connecting the schools to home, the home to school, in a way that has provided flexibility in the services that we're able to provide beyond the school day.
We've seen a drastic improvement with Communities in Schools partnership with our students in terms of supporting them social, emotionally, behavior, and academically.
Our Community in Schools liaison has been incredible, and what we are seeing as a staff is that he's breaking down barriers to help make sure that the student and the families are successful here in our Barge community.
It's hard when parents don't feel valued, they do not feel that they're listened to. The reality is sometimes we can't always get to all those parents in a timely manner. Having Edgardo here at school fills that gap.
I see myself as a bridge between the school and the home.
And then I share my story with them. It opens a door of trust. It helps them, it reaches them, and they're open to change. It motivates them to do better. And they motivate me more than anything.
The impact of having Community in Schools, it's really immeasurable.
It's a success story that not only Barge Inc. can build on, but other schools here in Yakima and the lower Yakima Valley as well.
If you have not gotten involved with Communities in Schools, do so.
You need to jump right on it, because I think it's a very valuable layer of support that you can give your students and your families and your staff.
So I highly, highly recommend not only volunteering, but getting Community in Schools involved in your school, in your area, if possible.
Go to our website, ciswa.org, and learn about how you can get involved.
Wow, what an amazing example of the power of Communities in Schools and the impact that it has with students. Thank you to our affiliate in Central Washington and the Yakima School District for their collaboration with this video. What an amazing story. And the quote that really struck me is that all students are born for success. 100% of students are born to succeed. And that's why we're here tonight, friends. And with your help tonight, we can make a great big difference. We may be spread from Seattle to North Bend to Woodinville to Fife to Tacoma and Richland, Kennewick, Pasco, the Palouse. We're all over the state. But we have come together tonight in this unique format to say that we support kids and we believe in 100% success for those students. So one of the things that I wanted to remind everybody about is just some of the challenges, or several things I'd like to remind you about are the challenges that the students have been through this year. We've seen it, we've heard it, and for some, we've experienced the very unique challenges that some of these students are going through. And the school learning, the routines, everything has been turned upside down. And there are so many challenges, but with the help of Communities in Schools of Washington, we are helping Title I schools overcome these challenges. And so many of these schools are doing their very best, but the challenges are way beyond the scope of what anybody would consider to be normal. So learning has been interrupted, and many students are struggling with behavioral health challenges and just getting themselves socially and emotionally in a place where they're prepared to learn. And that is so challenging and so tough. This is at the heart of everything that Communities in Schools does, is getting those kids ready. It's been real, it's been hard, it's been game-changing for the students, but it's working. And at the heart of the work that Communities in Schools does is 199 site coordinators. And they are on site at these schools, and these are caring adults working side by side with the students who are struggling. So the site coordinators are employees of the 15 CIS affiliates across Washington State. And with the state organization supporting the health and sustainability of the entire network through financial support and key strategic youth development initiatives and data-driven milestones for all. So the headquarters helps the affiliates work directly with the students. So it's a powerful organization, it's scrappy, and it's making a difference. And speaking of making a difference, we all have a chance to make a difference tonight. We have a lofty goal, and our goal tonight is to raise $350,000 for Communities in Schools. You heard about some of the exciting news from Executive Director Erin McCallum in her remarks a little bit earlier. I mean, what an exciting time. The fact of the matter is there's so much work to be done, and with your help and what you're about to do tonight, we can make those positive changes on behalf of all of the students. So I'm going to walk through step by step how you can give tonight. The key thing is that you'll need a portable phone or a tablet. And the way that you're going to do that is you'll log in to ciswa2022.ggo.bid. And if you haven't yet, you'll create an account in Greater Giving. Super secure giving platform. It's widely known, and they have incredible security. So Greater Giving is our method of choice tonight. So that's ciswa2022.ggo.bid. You will click on the donate or raise your paddle button, and you can make your gift there. So please give generously tonight by selecting one of the pre-committed giving levels, or if there's a level you'd like to give and you don't see that giving level, you can combine giving levels to make a gift that works just right for you. And also, you're welcome to make a custom gift amount. Also, I wanted to let you know that if you are inclined to give through a donor-advised fund, or you'd like to make a gift of stock, securities, any of that, you can work directly with Karina at Communities in Schools, and you can find her at Karina at ciswa.org. So that's Karina. She's fantastic, and they'll take great care of you. So tonight, those ways to give: ciswa2022.ggo.bid. And again, you can make a gift directly through the donor advised fund or a gift of stock right there with the development team at the headquarters in Fife. Well, tonight we're going to kick things off and get started by hearing a very special message from a former board member and an alumni from Barge Lincoln Elementary School right there in Yakima. Here he is to tell you all about it, Blake Harris.
Hi, my name is Blake Harris, and I'm honored to be here with you tonight. I'm a former board member of Communities in Schools of Washington. My brother and I are both proud alumni of Yakima Public Schools. In fact, Barge Lincoln Elementary was a school that I attended many years ago. I walk those school halls and understand what these kids face every day. We've seen the changes in Yakima and at Barge Lincoln. However, these schools and school districts cannot do this alone. They need services like communities and schools. Tonight, we encourage you to dig deep, to think about volunteering, mentoring students, and most importantly, financially supporting the work of communities and schools of Washington. Tonight, we have an incredible opportunity for you to triple your donation. That's right, triple. All gifts over $500 will be matched tonight by the generosity of our board of directors and Raise the Paddle sponsors. When you think about giving tonight, think about the support that you needed as a child. Were you clothed, fed, sheltered? Did you have a caring adult or support system at home? The reality of it is that many of our children that we serve don't. I'm sure as each of us reflects on our own personal childhood experiences, we can appreciate financially what is needed for one child to succeed. If resources are not there, this is where CIS comes in and does whatever we can to support the child's needs to succeed in school and most importantly in life. Again, gifts of $500 or more will be matched, and we encourage you to take advantage of your corporate matching program at your place of employment to triple your impact. Let's not forget why we're here tonight. Your gifts will go towards things like food and clothing insecurities, mentoring, continuing education, digital navigation, and most importantly, helping to give all students, regardless of race, English proficiency, income, or other environmental factors, the opportunity to succeed. Please join me in giving generously tonight. Thank you for being all in for Washington State kids.
Well, thank you so much, Blake. And friends, there you have it. That is why we are here tonight. You have an opportunity to make a real difference in this organization. So on behalf of communities and schools of Washington, thank you for what you are about to do or have already done, because the gifts, friends, are rolling in tonight. I wanted to let you know officially we are going to get started at the $10,000 level. If that number works for you, now's the time to make that $10,000 gift. But also, if there's a number above 10,000 and that works for you, then please make that special gift at this time. You could hit the $10,000 gift button 2, 3, 4 times or more. So thank you for any gifts that you make tonight. Remember, friends, any level at any time, but officially starting at that $10,000 level or higher. And I wanted to let you know at home, I am with you, but I have a second screen, and I'm going to go to my second screen for an update on our gifts because they are rolling in. At the $10,000 level, I would like to give a shout out to some of our pre-committed donors tonight. Great group, strong support. So a big thank you to Scott and Karen Nagel for your $10,000 gift tonight. And for those of you at a watch party, this is the time to clap. If you're at the watch party with the Nagels, pour them another drink and say cheers and thank you for that gift. Also shouting out at the $10,000 level, Julie Kirby and Howard Gutenecht. Thank you, Julie and Howard, for that incredible $10,000 gift. And also the Kramer family in at $10,000. Wow, that is fantastic. I'm going to go to my second screen again, and I have a list of pre-committed donors. We've got so many gifts at that $10,000 level, and many of those are from our sponsors. Thank you. As I mentioned earlier, we couldn't do this event without our sponsors, and I'm just going to zip through to make sure I don't miss any. AT&T is in at $10,000. LaSalle, Juniper is in at $10,000. WWT is in at $10,000. And we have more gifts at that $10,000 level. Julie Kirby, and we mentioned her earlier, and also Scott and Karen Nagel in at $10,000. The Kramer family, look, they're all there, those $10,000 donors. So thank you to those incredible lead donors tonight. Give those folks a hand. And with that in mind, remember, any level at any time, let's move on to the $5,000 giving level. And $5,000 giving level tonight for communities and schools of Washington. More names to add to our list of donors. Big thanks to our main man, Darren Alger. Darren, thank you so much for your gift of $5,000. Also tonight, Philip Anderson coming in on the Greater Giving leaderboard with a $5,000 gift, as has our one of our sponsors, of course, Providence, Zones, Stewart Title, Home Street Bank. Tim and Jenny Hazer are in at the $5,000 level as our Amerigroup. And we've got Snowflake in at 5,000. Arista is in at 5,000. GMI and Palo Alto Networks also in at 5,000. Gotta love those sponsors. And that is quite a list. If you'd like to add your name, now's the time to make that gift. Thank you to our $5,000 donors tonight. And friends, we're going to continue the giving love train here and keep rolling. Helene Weidman is in at the $5,000 level. Thank you, Helene. That's fantastic. And I mentioned Darren. Thank you, Darren Alger, for your gift. Look at that, up over $300,000 in our giving thermometer. I'm not sure if you can see that at home. Look, there it is, the power of technology. That's incredible. More work to do tonight, and these are the $5,000 gifts. We'll move right along to the $2,500 level, but if $2,500 or $5,000 or $50,000 works for you, don't despair. Make that gift. Make that right now. But at the $2,500 level, friends, we have more folks to thank, and we certainly couldn't do this without the incredible support of everybody tuning in tonight. But special thanks to our $2,500 donors, and I know we've got a few. I'm going to just scroll through my list, and at the $2,500 level, big thanks to Tim and Jenny Hazer, Todd and Mary Droppelman, Specialized Recruiting Group, Dan Donahue, Brenda Croft, Ann and Trevor Bryant, Keith Jensen, and Mike Visay, all in at that $2,500 level. And I will go to my second screen to make sure that I have captured all the names. U.S. Bank also in, HNN, Todd Droppelman I mentioned. Thank you, Todd. James and Callie Payne are in at $2,500. Molina, thank you so much. Peninsula Truck Lines and Giza, both in at that $2,500 level, and so close that they'll be included in that. Brian and Robin Rayfield in at $2,000. Thank you, Brian and Robin. So much support for communities and schools tonight. Wow, look at that. List is growing. Also, real close to that $2,500 level. Big shout out to Keith Jensen. Keith, thank you for your gift of $2,000 tonight. And also, Don Coleman is in at $2,500. Mentioned him earlier. Thank you for that, Don. Loomis Foundation is in at $2,000. And great gifts. If there's a number that's important to you and on your heart, like I just saw a gift from Ann Bryant at $1,850. Ann, thank you for that gift. If there's a number that's special to you, go ahead and celebrate an important number, an important person in your life, important date in your life with a unique gift level. That's fantastic. We'll move on to our next giving level, and the next giving level, friends, is the $1,000 giving level. And as you prepare to make those $1,000 gifts, I would like you to listen to a message from one of our participants at the Tacoma branch. And this is Ayana in Tacoma talking about CIS.
Definitely I wasn't the best in school. I had very poor attendance, very poor grades. I didn't have any kind of connection at school. There was no safe person for me to talk to about whether it be my feelings or about my grades. There was no help for, if I needed help with school or if I just needed anything, at home or anything like that. There was nothing like that going on for me, but once I, was a part of communities and schools, I kind of had that. We started art club during COVID, so we had to have Miss Haley drop off a lot of supplies, but she's provided us with watercolors and some oil pastels. And it involves a lot of drawing and a lot of being kind of mindful about how you're feeling and being in tune with your emotions. Last year, right before COVID hit, I moved to a new foster home, which was really hard, especially because I didn't know them very well, but having someone that I already knew well and trusted and that I could vent to about things when I didn't feel comfortable doing that. With my new foster parents and my new foster family, it was really important, and it was so important to have little distractions like doing community service club and doing art club, just having someone to meet with every now and then. it was very important to me. It was very important to have something consistent in my life when things were definitely constantly changing. I was having a lot of constant changes that year, and I still am having a lot of changes happening to me, and it's nice to have, a little bit of consistency when there's, not a lot of consistency in other places in my life.
I think one of the biggest things with Communities in Schools is that she has a support from somebody outside of, her classrooms, and is able to check in with her, is able to get support for her classes. It's Miss Haley's connection with Ayanna that has really made a huge difference. She'll check on her even when it's not school hours, and get back to us also and be like, hey, I'm worried. Haven't heard from her for a while. And so it's been just an amazing connection. So I think that there's nothing to lose. You have everything to gain and nothing to lose being a part of a program like this. However the district partners with this program and however this program is done, I think that they need to do whatever they can to retain people, because it is the consistency of having one person that's been connected with Ayanna that has made so much difference.
And it really feels like I have like a true friend, kind of, when I don't really feel like I have any other friends, and it feels like I have a very, someone that I can truly trust with anything, and like she always tells things to my parents and she always keeps things updated, which was very important for my family at the time. So I mean, it's very good to have that for me. She's definitely helped me become a stronger person, become more empowered in myself, and I definitely feel like just like a better person overall, I think it's important to support in Communities in Schools, because they'll definitely support you back 100% fully. They'll make sure that you're 100% just okay. They'll make sure that, they have home services, they have services for doing things at school. They just have all sorts of good services, and it's a really good connection to have. I'm graduating in June, and then Miss Haley has helped me, sign up for classes and for college. I'm going to attend TCC, and over the summer I'm hopefully going to either work in a daycare or I'm going to work as a CNA after I get my CNA certification, which Ms. Haley has helped me, figure out things like that. Communities in Schools has made a difference in my life. I mean, I have had a lot of things happen to me over the past 2 years, and it's definitely been very good to have them in my corner helping me.
Well, thank you so much, Ayanna. And that is another example of the incredible work that Communities in Schools of Washington does for students just like Ayanna. And shout out to Tacoma, birthplace of this host and fundraising ambassador. Shout out to everybody giving tonight. Friends, it's unbelievable. We're at the $1,000 level, and I'm looking at my second screen, and I'd like to thank some pre-committed donors, and then we have a whole packle more to add to that. And so there on the screen now at the $1,000 levels, big thank yous to Karen and Tom Vander Ark, to Chris Harker, all in at 1,000. Mark Schulstad, thank you, Mark. And Mark Mattis, thank you for that. And then Nick Mui, board member, thank you, Nick. And Donna Clark in at 1,000. Brett Smith also in at 1,000. And Eileen and John Carnahan are head of the board. Thank you, Arlene and John, for that incredible gift. And Stephanie Fisher in at that $1,000 level. And then I will go to my second screen, friends, and let's pull up that thermometer. Thank you to our amazing man behind the scenes, Eric, running the show tonight. Look at that. Our thermometer, friends, up to $332,650. And at the $1,000 level, I'm going to zip through. There he is, Blake Harris, our featured video guest tonight. Thank you, Blake, for that $1,000 donation. I may double up on some of these names. Amy Hansen, Mark Schulstad in at the $1,000 level. And we've got a lot more. I need to scroll to that part of the screen, but the gifts keep coming in. James Payne is in at 1,000, and Mrs. Erin M. McCallum, your executive director, in at $1,000. I have had the distinct pleasure of knowing Erin for a long, long time, one of the great public servants committed to making lives better for a lot of people, and her role at Communities in Schools of Washington is so exciting. Great to have her on board. She is a whole bundle of energy and awesomeness. So Erin, great to see your name on the board. And we have more at that $1,000 level. I mentioned Donna Clark earlier. Nick Mooy's in. Mark Mattis, there he is. Mark Nickerson. The Vander Arks are in. Chris Harker, thank you. Susan Richards is in. Thank you. Stephanie Fisher is in. And again, Eileen and John Carnahan. Brett Smith in at that $1,000 giving level. Strong work from the board and great friends. Keep those gifts coming, and it's fun to see names coming up a second time. So as we move into our $500 giving level, friends, if you haven't given yet, now's the time to make that gift. Eileen Carnahan in again at $500, and we've got Joni Campbell in at the $500 level. Chris Mulhall in at $500. Dave McCallum in at the $500 level. Thank you, Dave. Went to college with Dave at the University of Washington, and I know there's a whole bunch of our college mates there at the watch party at the McCallum, so great to see the names out there, Brian and Chris and Adam and so many more. Nathan Clark is in at the $500 giving level. Thank you, Nathan. And look at that. Haleen Weedman is in again at the $500 level. Todd Tracy in at $500. Thank you, Todd. And more gifts pouring in. So many gifts, so little time. Chanel Prasad, thank you for your gift of $500. And Judy Anderson is in at $500. And Vincent Bauer hosting dinner parties and making donations. Thank you, Vincent. That's fantastic. Also on the board at $500, Mark John Genson is in. Brian Hester. Brian, thank you for that gift. Chris, Andrea Jones. Thanks, Chris. Andrea, and then Jason Smith is also in at $500, friends, and we are creeping towards our goal. Remember, if you know somebody that couldn't make it tonight, be sure to share this link with them. They can take in the show on replay on YouTube tonight. We're now at the $335,000 giving level. Outstanding work. Thank you to all of our donors. Let's keep the gifts coming. We'll open it up to all giving levels, and many of you have already given at levels other than what I've talked about, which is terrific. Jennifer Rojas Youngblood is in tonight. Jennifer, thank you for your gift. Jonathan Capone is in. Thank you, Jonathan. Jason Horn, Bob Skovasha, Aaron Shanas, Chrissy Fudge, Chris Rourke, Stacy Johnson, Scott Retke, Yona Kirby, and Kevin and Marty McCarthy are in tonight. Thank you. Patrick and Susan Dunn, thank you for those gifts tonight. And Kathy and Jean Tabor, Nathan Clark, I think we got you, Nathan. More names, more gift amounts, unique giving amounts. I mentioned Ann Bryant in at $1,850. And we've got Shannon Boldazar in at $100. Paul Very, thank you, Paul, for your gift tonight. Also in at $100. Paul Rucker is in at $100. And again, it's Yona, or maybe it's Ilana. I'm sorry, Ilana Kirby. I may have said that name incorrectly, but the thanks are sincere. Also, Christine Barness and Edward Murphy in at $250 tonight. And Susan Spain, thank you, Susan, for your gift tonight. Jan Anderson, Andrew Songer, and Nicole Lee, all making gifts tonight. Thank you for your support. And so many more tonight. Jason Horn, let's see, right above. Look at that. Oh, Tiffany J is in. Thank you, Tiffany. Amy Hug is in. Amy, thank you for your gift tonight. Lance Gomez, William Spurlock, Sarah Sherwin is in for $500. Thank you so much. We are inching and creeping and crawling our way to our fundraising goal tonight. We're going to leave this open tonight, friends, all night, all the way up until 12 noon tomorrow. So if you wake up tomorrow and over your bagels with lox or your Cheerios or your yogurt parfait bowl, whatever you do for breakfast, if you wake up and you have an inspiration and you say to myself, oh my gosh, the Communities in Schools program is so powerful and they do such great work. I think I didn't support them enough last night. Don't despair. You can do it again tomorrow morning, and we'll have this giving link open. That's CISWA2022.ggo.bid. and the gifts continue to come in. And what we're going to do now, look at that. Laura Rodriguez is in. Gabriel Templeton, thank you for those gifts. I think Sarah Sherwin, we got you. So much support. I'm going to come back to that a little bit later. We're going to shift gears now. And as you're thinking about your giving, and as we get into a little later in the program, I wanted to let you know that the support that you provide tonight is so important. It helps with things like food insecurity. And we know when students are fed and when they're not thinking about eating or what they're going to do for dinner or lunch, we know they can focus on their studies. So that's what some of this funding goes to tonight. Food insecurities, sustainability. Communities and Schools of Washington is so dedicated to be there. It's not a one-year show up at the school and then leave. They are with the students through elementary school, middle school, high school. It's the long game that we're playing here at Communities and Schools. And behavioral health challenges, these are all addressed through tonight's funding. So thank you so much for everything that you're doing on behalf of Communities and Schools. Another area that this funding supports, digital navigation, access to the internet, access to hardware, so that the students are able to succeed and learn and to connect with schools, no matter if those schools are back in person where we are substantially everywhere, but at times when we need to occasionally change back to some of this virtual learning, we need to make sure to meet the students where they are. So thank you for what you've done tonight. Keep those gifts coming. We are close to that goal, just a little bit more work to do. Right now, the thermometer says 336,375. We're going to get there. Keep those gifts coming in. Share the good news with others. If you're in a position to help us close that gap tonight, and you can come in at $13,625. If that number works for you, and yes, I'm talking to you, make that gift and help us reach that goal. And we're talking about numbers, we're talking about dollars, but I want to remind everybody that these represent children. These are students, these are kids that need help, and we are fortunate to be in a position to help them tonight. So thank you for what you've just done. Over 350,000 students are enrolled in Washington's Title I schools, and right now, Communities and Schools helps 81,000, just 23% of those that actually need help tonight. So that need help. So tonight, your work is helping us close that gap. Well, we are excited about what we've done. That thermometer continues to grow. Thanks, Lori, for your gift that just came in. Dustin as well. Thank you for those gifts. We're going to shift gears now and add, as advertised, through the power of technology that is so complex. I do not understand how this is even possible. But you took groupies and selfies and sent them to that phone number. That's the 206-385-3944 number. Those that sent them in early enough, we've been able to integrate them into the show. And so we're going to go to that now, and I will lead you through. There they are, James and Callie Payne in Woodinville. And what a staircase in Woodinville. Everything's a little loftier and a little more verdant in Woodinville. Thanks to James and Callie Payne for hosting their watch party. Dan Donahue's in Kirkland tonight. What a fun group. And also on the east side of the lake, we've got Aaron McCallum in North Bend somewhere in the mix. That looks like that crew. Special thanks to Julie Kirby all the way back in Washington, D.C. Shout out, D.C., staying up late. I hope you have some great wine back there. Julie Kirby, thanks for staying up late with us and helping us raise funds. At the command center, we've got Kayla and Karina and Nicole. There they are. What a great group. I have to tell you, I've had so much fun working with Kayla, Karina, and Nicole on this project, and it's hard to believe our time is coming to a close, but it is true. And then, oh, look, hey, who's that next? It appears to be, that's this guy. It's me, Nelson. Nice to see you. Next up, James, Mile, and Heather. James and Heather, nice to see you. Thanks for joining us tonight. Also, Joey, Chanel, and Arlo. Oh, look at that. They're on the beach. Hard to tell, but I'm thinking somewhere, could be Maui, could be the Hawaiian Islands, could be Central America. Wow. I think we'd all like to be with Joey, Chanel, and Arlo tonight. Also, Angela Stave and family in Covington, Washington. Hey, Angela Stave. I think I know Angela Stave in Covington, Washington. Nice to see you, Angela. It's been a long time. Well, there you go. Thank you so much to everybody. If we've got more photos and you sent one in and didn't make it in, that's on me. Sorry about that, but so excited that we were able to connect with those of you tuning in from home. Well, here we are back to the thermometer, and look at that. We're at 336,725, so we have a little bit of work to do, but incredible work so far. Heavy lifting indeed. That's fantastic. Remember, the giving window is open all the way up until tomorrow at noon. What we're going to do right now, we're going to shift gears and move into a rundown of some of the premier online auction items. Those will be closing tomorrow at 12 noon, along with our giving thermometer that'll close tomorrow. So we'll move right into our premier auction items. Item number 1 is a 2-day stay at Suncadia Lodge. That's 2-night stay at Suncadia in the only 3-bedroom condo. It's a spacious penthouse with sweeping views of the Cascades and Cle Elum River. You can enjoy, if you haven't been to Suncadia, there are 3 golf courses on site, a winery, hiking, biking. It's beautiful, and it's just over an hour from Seattle. Special thanks to our friends at the Benaroya Company for this incredible gift. I'm going to my other second screen, the third screen, and right now bidding, the current bid, the top bid right now on the Suncadia trip is $1,638, so you'll need to get up into the $1,800 zone. Friends, this is valued at over $2,275, so thanks to the Benaroya Company for item number 1. It is a 2-night stay in the deluxe penthouse at the Suncadia Lodge. Thank you, Benaroya Company. Next up, item number 2, and item number 2, talk about excitement. The Alienware X15 gaming laptop and deluxe gaming system is a remarkable way to elevate your online gaming experience. And I happen to know just a little bit about online gaming because I have, my wife Tiffany and I have a junior at the UW who's on the sports team, the Huskies esports team in the Rocket League category, and I sent him the details on this, and he wrote back and he said, "Dad, that's a deadly serious online gaming setup." So take it from Toby J that it's for real. If you're into gaming or you know somebody that's into gaming, this is a great opportunity to support communities and schools and enhance their experience with the Alien X15 gaming laptop with or without wired mouse and 27-inch high-def gaming monitor. Thank you to Dell EMC for that item number 2. Item number 3, listen carefully because this is a hit. It's a perennial favorite. Friends, this is a 4-course dinner for 8 guests with wine pairings at the Bowers home in Redmond. So thanks to Vincent and Patty Bauer for this incredible contribution. This is a unique 4-course gourmet dinner for 8 guests with wine pairings. And I have a testimonial from a past attendee, Jennifer Rolfs, and Jennifer said that she was invited to attend the famous Bauer dinner a few years ago. It was one of the best dinners and best dinner experiences of her entire life. And it's not just because of the fabulous food, but she said that the company and conversations are what she'll treasure forever. She, in her role, has the opportunity to enjoy some incredibly fabulous meals and exquisite restaurants across the globe, but the Bauer family dinner will always remain a highlight for her. Thank you, Jennifer, for that testimonial, and thanks to Vinny and Patty Bauer for this incredibly generous donation. That is item number 3, the 4-course Bauer dinner with wine pairings. Next up, item number 4, it's swooning for ballooning. 2 seats on a sunrise hot air balloon flight high above the majestic foothills of the Cascades. You'll have views of Mount Rainier, Lake Tapps, Puget Sound, Seattle, Olympia, Tacoma, and beyond. This is a remarkable opportunity. If you haven't been hot air ballooning, why wait? Now's your time. Sign up for this, bid on this item, and it includes a brunch at Anthony's. That's right, $150 gift card to Anthony's restaurants with locations throughout the Puget Sound, including Olympia, Gig Harbor, Seattle, Bremerton, and beyond. There's an Anthony's not too far from you. And thanks to Seattle Ballooning and Anthony's restaurants for this fabulous opportunity. You can enjoy the brunch the day that you go ballooning, or you can use it another time. Thank you so much to Anthony's and Seattle Ballooning for item number 4. Next up, and bidding on that, let me get back to that. Sorry, bidding on the gaming system was at $1,648 right now. Bidding on the 4-course dinner, friends, guess what? It's sold out at $3,200. Holy cow, thank you for that. Great job. Next year, we're going to turn off that max bid opportunity and we're going to send that thing to the moon. This year, ballooning bidding just under $600. Bidding's at $591. And next up, friends, the most remarkable opportunity to support communities and schools of Washington. This is item number 5, the Fortinet PGA Championship Walk with the Champs. And did I just say walk with the champs? That's right, I did. This is a date-specific activity, 2 tickets for September 17th, 2022, and you'll be at the PGA Championship in a suite including all of your food and beverages. And you're going to experience a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to walk behind the ropes or inside the ropes with the golfers while they're on the course. You'll be with celebrities, professional athletes, and amateur players at the Fortinet Championship. Unbelievable opportunity. You're up close. You can't get any closer unless you're playing in the tournament itself. You'll be an honorary observer for the day, and you'll have this exclusive opportunity to be up close and personal to the PGA Tour action. Super incredible experience. Currently, no bids on this. Incredible value. Right now, you could get in. I think the reserve bid on this is $2,000. The value on this is $5,000, friends. You can't do it. I know there are some golfers on the call tonight because I saw some of those names. If you're a golfer, get in on this. Bidding now. Bidding often, bid until tomorrow at noon. Thanks to Worldwide Technologies, WWT, for this, and Fortinet for this incredible opportunity to get up close and personal with the PGA Championship. Next up, item number 6, friends. This is a unique item, and item number 6 is 5-star dining at Elk Camp in the Forest, in the woods, and this is for 12 people. That's right, 12 people. You will enjoy a remarkable meal at Elk Camp for you and 11 friends, and you'll be high above North Bend at the homestead of Executive Director Erin McCallum and her sidekick Dave, her capable wingman. Dave has the capacity to mix and sample a variety of beverages, so I know you're going to have a great time. And Chef Russell Lowell, one of my all-time favorites. I used to live on the panini sandwiches at Mulbach's Nursery when the cafe was there, the little garden cafe. Love Russell Lowell's food, and it's just a great opportunity. So this is Elk Camp 5-star dining. It will be incredible. You're going to be 5-star dining, crisp white linens. It's like glamping with incredible food. So fun right there at the McCallums in North Bend. A mutually agreeable date expires January 31st, 2023. And the bidding on that right now is at just about $2,500. Remember, this is for 12 people, so that's a bargain at twice the price, quite literally. So be sure to get in on that 5-star dining in the forest with Chef Russell Lowell and the McCallums. Next up, item number 7, all in for kids in Sun River. And the 4, of course, is F-O-R-E. And that is a chance to head to Sun River, Oregon, in just south of Bend. And you'll be in the high Oregon desert. You and 3 golfing amigos will enjoy golf at Crosswater, which is a stunning and spectacular course, nationally recognized, and it's one of the courses where they play the Oregon Open, and it's a really beautiful course. I've played it, and if you want to play from the tips, then you are a strong golfer. That is a great opportunity. So that is golf for 4 people, and you'll be at Sun River Lodge, and what a great opportunity. It's a 2-day golf getaway. Just a lovely drive down there to Sun River. You'll be golfing for 2 days, 2 nights at the lodge, and then you're back. Thanks to Pack Trust for that incredible gift. Item number 7. Currently bidding on that, just $1,368. So for $1,500 or so, you'll be in the mix on that one. That is item number 7. Next up, another incredible culinary experience. If you're into food and farms, well, item number 8 could be for you. This is Bella Luna Farms, and it's a farm-to-table dinner experience for 12. This is a chance to visit the extensive gardens and apiary, chickens and goats, plus a farmstead creamery. Bella Luna Farms in Snohomish offers a true farm-to-table experience with this spectacular summer supper and tour of the farm and the stunning grounds. Super beautiful space. Bella Luna Farms will host you and 11 friends to this incredible facility. It's European-inspired buildings. You can see the dining table there, the great table. The summer supper is available May through September on a mutually agreeable date. Transportation is provided by Butler Transportation. Don't miss out on this truly delicious evening. Special thanks to Bella Luna Farms and Butler Transportation for this. Bidding currently at $3,500. The retail value on this, friends, fair market value of nearly $10,000. So get in on that. One thing we've discovered during the pandemic is that we missed out on a lot of restaurant meals, and if you're going to come back, why not come back in style at either the Elk Camp or the Farm to Table dinner at Bella Luna Farms. And finally tonight in our premiere lineup, the Hamilton musical is back in Seattle, live at the Fairmount Theater. It is one of the most remarkable musicals ever. Just an incredible. I'm probably one of the few people who hasn't yet seen Hamilton, because when it was in town last time, we got 4 tickets and there are 5 in our family. So being the dad, I took one for the team, and Tiffany and the 3 kids went. This is a date-specific activity, September 10th, 2022 at 8 p.m. You're going to be in terrific seats, orchestra section 4, row HH. And these tickets are fabulous. Hamilton's the most exciting and significant musical event of the decade. Bidding on the Hamilton package right now at $728. Big shout out to the board of directors for this incredible contribution to our online auction. Fair market value over $820. So don't delay. Get in on that Hamilton experience. So those are our premier items. All of the items that I just described are closing tomorrow. That's Sunday, March 20th, 2022. If I said May earlier, I meant March. March 20th, 2022, 12 noon, and so many more. We've got autograph memorabilia, tickets to sporting events, and so much more. So that's the online auction. Remember, you can access all the bidding at ciswa2022.ggo.bid. And we literally have something for everybody. In addition to the premier items I just mentioned, we have the wine lovers packages, wines from wineries like LaCole, Matthews, Maryhill, Brian Carter, Long Shadows, and even mystery cases of wine. So much fun. For the nature lover, there's fly fishing, stand-up paddleboarding, Lake Union kayaking, and so much more. And we mentioned all those sporting opportunities, the golf, Kraken tickets, Sounders tickets, Seahawks tickets, Mariners tickets, Storm tickets, rain tickets. We've got it all. The getaways include Rosario Resort, Sun River, Suncadia, Chelan, Lakedale Resort on Orcas Island, or Salmon Island, where you can experience glamping. Cannon Beach in Cannon Beach, Oregon, Sun Mountain Lodge over in Winthrop, Fairmont Hotel, and we've even got Alaska Airlines tickets for 2 people anywhere in the system, unrestricted. So lots of ways to get out and enjoy yourselves. Night on the Town, El Gaucho, Dua Lipa, a night in Bellevue at the Westin, the Fifth Avenue Theater. We've got Tom Douglas restaurants, Daniel's Broilers, Seattle Symphony, Mopop, Melrose Grill, Cactus, so many more. And also the unique opportunities include Murder Mystery Dinner, Bella Luna Farms, Bowers Dinner, the Elk Camp, and a hidden dinner experience for 6. So lots of ways to support this incredible organization. What we're going to do now is we are going to come back to our thermometer and we'll just check in. We're inching our way closer, so close, 337,425. We're less than 15,000 away from our goal. In fact, we're just about $1,250 away from our goal. So if you find yourself in a position to help us close that goal, you can follow along on our giving thermometer all the way up until 12 noon. If we're short and you're in a position to help us close that gap, please consider making that very special stretch gift. That would be terrific. What we're going to do now is I'm going to toss it back to Erin for a wrap-up message, and then I'll come back and send you off into the night. So here she is, your executive director, coming to you from a pre-recorded statement. Please welcome Erin McCallum.
As we wrap up the evening, I want to thank you for spending your evening with us. We've heard powerful stories from students, site coordinators, educators, and our local CIS affiliates about what this work means to them and how it has changed their lives. As the state organization, we've had the privilege of strengthening and guiding our network for over 30 years so that our mission can touch as many lives as possible. We know that you have joined us tonight because you share our heart for students, families, and our affiliate network. We couldn't be here without you, and we appreciate you so very much. Before we part ways tonight, I challenge you to get involved with one of our local 15 affiliates. Whether you have 1 hour a week, a month, want to use your time, talent, and expertise in mentoring or joining one of our boards, it takes a village and we need you. As a reminder, if you're still thinking about raising a paddle and making a gift, or if you want to encourage your friends and networks to join you in making a gift, our silent auction and Raise the Paddle will remain open until noon tomorrow, March 20th. Every dollar that we can raise together has a positive, lasting impact on our shared work at communities and schools. Let's do this. Have a wonderful rest of your evening and save the date for next year, Saturday, March 18th, 2023 at the Pickering Barn in Issaquah. We look forward to seeing you then, if not sooner. Nelson, will you close us out?
Well, thank you, Aaron, and thanks to each and every one of you at home, at the watch parties, wherever you're tuning in from tonight. Thank you so much for your support of this incredible organization, Communities in Schools of Washington. I wanted to thank a few more people. We had some donations come in while we were away at the video, so big shout out to Peter Van Breda for his contribution. Scott Curtis, thank you. John Arthur Wilson, Lori DeVore, Dustin Nelson, and then we're back to Gabe Templeton. So thank you so much. Remember, friends, keep those gifts coming. I am so thrilled to have been your host and fundraising ambassador tonight. My name is Nelson J. It's been a pleasure to be here with you. Thank you for spending your Saturday evening with us tonight, and wanted to remind you that everything closes up tomorrow at 12 noon. And most important, save the date for Saturday, March 18th, 2023. We look forward to being back live in person at the Pickering Barn in Issaquah. That's Saturday, March 18th. Pull out your device, put that in the phone right now. Save the date, March 18th, 2023, live at the Pickering Barn in Issaquah. In the meantime, tell your friends all about the many ways to support communities and schools. Thank you to each and every one of you for your support tonight. Thanks to the incredible team at CIS Washington, and to our production team, Eric and Michael, everybody. Thank you so much for what you've done to help us get this message out. Tell all your friends, and good night.